Wow, man. And two probably could be on National Geographic.
There's the wild. His movements spread out all over. Look at them run in and out of the grass, hunting the probes.
Oh, man. MarineKing up here at the top right. Said his name already.
You ruined it.
I ruined it. Well,
spoiler tag, please.
Let's hear his name again. He is
MarineKing Pro.
Oh, come on, Street Fighter guy. That was redundant. You didn't need to do that.
You told him to.
I know.
You set him up.
I framed him.
Oh, man. He's not going to be your friend anymore.
He'll be all right.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Bottom right, it's our blue Protoss player. He is known as
Tati Pati.
I'm not used to doing these intros. I just want this part to be over. Now it's over.
All right. It's over, dude.
You can see MarineKing in Parting's camera.
Oh, my God.
He's like in the back stalking him.
If I was Parting, I would turn my head and look into his glasses to see the reflection of his screen. I'd, of course, bring binoculars with me because I couldn't see that normally.
Are you sure you wouldn't have one of those like high-tech nerd glasses where you press buttons on? It's got like a touch screen.
Oh, I just watch the stream?
You just like look in at Parting. It like tells you his blood type and basically his APM and his beats per minute on his heart, so you know how nervous he is.
It's kind of like the Terminator's eyes. Like I see how many nerds I've killed that day.
How many nerds? Well, yeah. I guess if you had glasses that showed you how many nerds you killed that day, that'd be kind of weird because you would already know that. You don't need glasses. This is something we see in StarCraft 1, man. Pulling probes to stop a command center first.
5 probes brought up here. Now, here's what this does. This is awesome because he wants to go ahead and stop this command center from building. And
but
bring
the
that
Zealot,
many probes.
man.
Yeah, the Zealot's going to help out immensely. Now, a few things happen with this. You can supply block them because they use this as a supply.
Yeah.
This is going to catch MarineKing off guard. Oh, man, I actually saw
this is so cool, man. I'm getting so many chills. This is something we saw in StarCraft 1. He's going to attack this command center here. I'd actually rather him go in the main base, though, and do a little bit more with it. If he could stop the barracks from building as well and force the SCVs off the line, I feel like he could do more, but with this, I guess it's a safer way to do what he's doing.
Well, he's going to force a cancel on this, I do believe. This is going to be really rough. In fact, MarineKing has started a supply depot, realizing that he needs to do that. MarineKing trying to build this command center, and yeah, he has to make him stop. All right,
he's going to have to cancel it.
He's going to have to cancel it.
This is actually so cool, man.
This is awesome. This is actually a... Oh, MarineKing just now bringing down these SCVs. It's not enough.
It's not enough. He has to cancel it.
Cancel.
And now he's going to he's going to turn around here, but he could have potentially done more with that, I feel. This is the safer way to go about it, though.
I like the turnaround, man. I'm really into that. But what I'm not really into is that he's just going to go for a Nexus instead of core. I'd love to see him go core then Nexus.
Yeah, the core then Nexus allows him a lot more timings to pressure with Stalkers. Is he going to force a cancel again?
He might. He actually might. Look at this beautiful move by Parting. And to be fair, you know what? I saw this recent on NASL. I believe it was Night End did it to somebody, Brad OK maybe, but this is done way better than that game. I love the way that he's actually done this great decision-making.
The positions are good here for doing something like this. MarineKing being put on the back foot right away, losing the Marines as well.
Oh, and this Zealot just doing so much damage. More SCVs falling down.
Oh, man.
He's killed 3 SCVs. He's forced to cancel on the the command center. He's in great shape, man. What beautiful play that we're seeing here today by Parting.
Yeah, this Zealot may be a bit too much. He's playing against MarineKing after all. Of course, he's not going to lose any more unnecessary Marines. I'm actually speechless. I had not seen that game of Night End.
You got to go watch it. Night End, I haven't seen this in StarCraft II until I saw Night End do it the other day on Tal'Darim. Because he scouted him right away. He's like, all right. And he brought 4 more probes with his 1. Here we saw Parting bring 5. I think I like the 5 better. And just he brought that Zealot out. And he did so much damage that, I mean, there was no way for his opponent to truly recover.
Now, MarineKing's reaction to this is to go ahead and make a 3rd command center in his main base. This is, I think, a smart choice by him.
Yeah.
But since he's playing very blind here, it could have been, this is one of the riskiest choices he's ever made. He's down a game in this best of 3, and his opponent could have been falling up with a 4-gate, for example. Who knows?
That would be rough.
That would be pretty rough for him, but it's going to turn out okay for him here. I want to go back to Night End for just a second and say that this guy is on a tear right now.
Oh, dude, he's killing, man.
He's someone I want to be paying close attention to because he is so ranked highly on the Korean ladder right now. I believe he's top 20.
Last I heard, he was like 11th or something. It was insane. So yeah, he's kicking ass, man, and great guy too.
Yeah,
I really like Naida.
Really friendly guy. Just want to put that out there for anyone who doesn't know.
Check him out. So, all right, that was so neat, man. I'm in like a great mood right now. And Parting, you think he's going to go ahead and do a 3-gate pressure?
Yeah, I think so. He looks to be preparing to take a third Nexus with this, though.
Well, I like that. I like it. When you're ahead, get more ahead. And
it's almost
sometimes you can do it through attacking, but MarineKing might be gearing up for an attack. So to play a little bit more defensive, take a third Nexus knowing your opponent is behind you, it's kind of neat too.
Yeah, this is a good map for this too. Bit of miscontrol there, losing the Stalker. This is a good map for this because the way the third Nexus gets positioned, you can't really attack and bypass your opponent's army. If you're going to attack the third Nexus, your opponent's army is going to be there. It's just going to be there, and he knows that MarineKing is likely going to be powering up another command center or getting ready to attack, but he knows that because of how much damage he's done, MarineKing's attack isn't going to be as strong as it normally would be. And I really like this choice. MarineKing is getting his factory up now. His stim is about halfway done. He's probably going to hit with stim. May come out with the 2 medevacs. I don't know if he'll wait that long. He may rally the medevacs after he moves out. But, you know, again, we're seeing the 3 gateways being added here for Parting, just getting ready to defend and potentially even put pressure on MarineKing. The possibilities with Parting's fast third Nexus are endless.
Well, he's going for his Parting style, Wolf. He's going right up to 8 gates.
Going up to the 8.
And with those 8 gates, of course, he can go ahead and put on an attack while teching up more, while getting his economy really under control. And that's going to force MarineKing to stay home. Because if MarineKing is A, out on the map, B, trying to do a drop when this 8 gate comes after MarineKing was already hurt so badly, he'll just die. That'll be it. There might be some sort of base trade scenario, but Parting should be able to handle that because if the armies ever clash, he'll win.
Yeah.
So MarineKing just has to stay defensive, and Parting's going to get even further ahead with this unless, again, he overcommits.
And there's only one bunker right now for MarineKing. He's not going to be able to really attack the left side with the rocks there because the Terran army will always have a much better concave there. He's going to have to go up the ramp like this.
It's a lot of Marines behind there. Stim is just about to finish as well.
Bit of a mistake by Parting move up with all of that army. Sending the one Zealot alone would check for the bunkers. Now he's shown MarineKing his hand here, and MarineKing, surprisingly though, not making additional bunkers.
You know, I think he wanted to be really decisive there if there wasn't much, but there was way too much, and in fact, I mean, all this attack is doing right now is keeping MarineKing in there. He's not going to be able to break him. In fact, MarineKing coming down, that's a brave move.
Yeah, that is pretty brave. He sees with the factory what's going on, decides to go down. And Parting now going double forge.
Yeah, he's getting charged right now as well. But MarineKing, I mean, he's got a lot of Marines. He's macroed up very, very well at this point, and he's going to expand behind his pressure, which is exactly the right choice.
That's exactly what Parting is going to look for with that probe over there as well. And he's even going to potentially be able to deny this very temporarily. Probe does go down.
Nope. Not going to deny it at all. All right, so he is moving down. The 2 medevacs are out. Great timing from MarineKing on this. He does have combat shields about halfway done. He started that +1 armor as well. Parting down an upgrade right now because it is the +1 attack to 0-0, but he does have his on the way. Now this is going to be the hard part, Wolf. He has to defend this area perfectly.
Yeah, charge is just barely going to finish in time. He needs to use force fields correctly here, and so far he does, but
he's stuck
his zealots are at the back, and I think this is going extremely well for MarineKing. This is his dream come true.
This is indeed. Look at this. The force field's really working against Parting. In fact, MarineKing's going to kill this army off, Wolf.
Dropping the mules here to tell him how confident he feels.
He needs to kill that Archon immediately.
All these units are so low, but I mean, if he targets the Archon down, he's got enough healing power here. The DPS is out of control as well. Remember, he's got +1 of these Marines. It's a very,
so much damage being dealt to these Marines. They're all deep in the red, but it looks like they're just going to be overwhelming MarineKing with a miraculous comeback.
Yep, very nicely done. GG.
Wow.
Well done by
these
MarineKing.
Games are so good tonight.
They
what
are.
the hell?
MarineKing engaging in just the right place, noticing his opponent's armies at the natural, comes into the third base at an angle where he forces Parting to go through that narrow choke point in order to fight his army.
You can't be going through that choke point against the fanned out Marines, and even worse, Parting threw down all those force fields. That made it so that when his charge finished up, his Zealots still did nothing. That was a hard situation. He really needed to be split up a little bit more, have sentries on both sides, and stop MarineKing at the ramp.
Yeah,
if you
stop him at the ramp, then you can allow your units to go through that choke point safely and then fight.
Yes.
But if MarineKing gets to that position on the outside of the choke point, I really feel Parting would have been better off letting the Nexus go and keeping his army alive with how terrible those engagements generally go.
Yeah, actually, you're completely right, Wolf. Of course, never fun to lose a Nexus. He was going to be behind. When MarineKing went up that ramp, he was going to be behind. That was that. So he needed to split up a bit more. MarineKing, really impressed that he came back. A really cool move by Parting in the early game, though. And something I want to see more from Protosses who scout a very fast command center.
Especially at close positions like that, it's the best place for him to do something like that. If he's at
you got to scout it right away to send those probes, or it's not going to be worthwhile.
Definitely. So I'm really excited to see that this new style is kind of eking its way in. It's something that we saw in Brood War quite a bit, not only in PvT, but also in PvZ. Sometimes you'd see people just pull probes because they do fight, and you can do a little bit more with that. It's not something your opponent will expect. It's a pretty big risk, but I like it.
That's right. Well, Map 3. Couldn't pick a better one myself, Wolf. It's going to be Daybreak.
Going to be Daybreak, one of my favorite maps to cast because things usually go to the late game. I like how many ways, there's basically any build can be done on this map. Every build here is good, and there's no limits, there's no rules.
No limits nor any rules.
Definitely not. And the third base is far enough away to where it can be pressured, but close enough to where you can defend it. I mean, I know all these things I'm saying sound really cheesy and lame to say, but
dude,
this map is actually the best map I've ever seen made in StarCraft II. It's my favorite by far.
You know what? I'm going to go with you on that. I think this is the best map that we have in StarCraft II at the moment.
Yeah. Well, it made it into the ladder pool as well. Really excited about that, but we're going to get into our final game between MarineKing and Parting. One of these guys will be advancing, and I talked a little bit over that intro.
That's okay. I forgive you.
It's fine. Everything's fine. I feel like I was being a little bit rude to the Daybreak one.